of deep struggle for African Americans. Civil rights movements, racial inequality, loss of cultural identity, disconnection from African roots. Dr. Korenga believed that before any people can truly succeed, they must first know who they are, where they come from, and what values guide them. He looked back to Africa. Across Africa, harvest festivals, known as first fruit celebrations, have existed for thousands of years. Yam festivals, new harvest ceremonies, communal Thanksgiving rituals. Inspired by these traditions, Kwanzaa was created as a modern African-American harvest festival, grounded in African philosophy but adapted to life in the diaspora. The name Kwanzaa comes from the Swahili phrase, Matunda ya Kwanza, meaning first fruits. Kwanzaa is celebrated for 7 days, from December 26 to January 1st. Each day represents a core principle, known collectively as the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles. These principles are not abstract ideas. They are meant to be lived values, applied in families, communities, and daily life. Each evening, a candle is lit. A principle is discussed. Stories are shared. Elders speak. Children listen. This is education through tradition. December 26th. Unity means togetherness in family, harmony in community, solidarity as a people. December 27th. This principle calls on people to define themselves, speak for themselves, shape their own future. It is about reclaiming identity and rejecting imposed definitions. December 28th. Ujima teaches that problems belong to everyone. Success should benefit the community. No one is left behind. If one person suffers, the community responds. December 29th. Ujama emphasizes supporting Black-owned businesses, building economic independence, circulating wealth within the community. It is economics guided by ethics. December 30th. Purpose is about building the community, restoring greatness, living for something bigger than yourself. Nia reminds us that life must have direction. December 31st. Creativity means leaving the world better than we found it. Expressing culture through art, music, storytelling. Innovating with responsibility. This night often includes music, poetry, dance, and reflection. January 1st. Faith in our people, our traditions, our future. Imani is not religious belief, it is confidence in collective destiny. Kwanzaa uses powerful symbols, each with meaning. Nkika, the woven mat, symbolizing foundation. Kinera, the candle holder. Meshuma Saba, 7 candles, black, red, green. Mazao, crops representing harvest. Kikom cha Umoja, unity cup. Zawadi, gifts, especially for children. Each symbol teaches responsibility, heritage, and continuity. Celebrations may include libations for ancestors, African drumming, storytelling, cultural performances, community feast called Karamo. Umoja reminds us that strength comes from standing together, not standing alone. Today, Kwanzaa is celebrated across the United States, in the Caribbean, in Africa, by the African diaspora worldwide. It has become a global cultural bridge, connecting modern life with ancient wisdom. In a world facing division, Kwanzaa reminds us that culture can heal. Across human history, people have always paused at the end of the year, not just to celebrate survival, but to reflect, remember, and renew purpose. From ancient Africa to Asia, from the Americas to Europe, civilizations mark the seasons with festivals tied to harvest, community, gratitude, and rebirth. For African people in the Americas, torn from land, language, and lineage, this connection to ancestral cycles was violently interrupted. Yet culture, like water, always finds a way to flow. Out of this struggle, remembrance was reborn. That rebirth is called Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is not entertainment. It is not a party. It is not a trend. Kwanzaa is cultural reconstruction. It is a deliberate effort to reconnect African descendants in the diaspora to African philosophy, ethics, and communal values, values that survived enslavement, colonialism, and systemic erasure. Today on Mama Ondo TV, we take a slow, deep journey into where Kwanzaa truly comes from, the African worldview behind it, its symbols and rituals, the 7 principles explained deeply, common misconceptions, and why Kwanzaa remains relevant in the modern world. This is not a surface explanation. This is the soul of Kwanzaa. To understand Kwanzaa, one must first understand the psychological condition of African people in America in the 1960s. By this time, African Americans had endured centuries of slavery. Legal segregation, cultural erasure, forced assimilation. Many African descendants had lost indigenous African names, African languages, traditional rituals, communal economic systems. In 1966, during the height of the Black Freedom Movement, scholar and activist Dr. Maulana Karenga asked a powerful question. How can a people be free if they do not know who they are? Karenga believed political freedom without cultural grounding would always be fragile. So he studied African societies, West African harvest festivals, East African communal ethics, Southern African principles of Ubuntu, ancient African moral systems. From this research, Kwanzaa was born, not as nostalgia, but as cultural restoration. In traditional African societies, harvest festivals were sacred. They were moments to thank ancestors, honor the earth, share food communally, renew social bonds. Examples include yam festivals among the Igbo, Oden Ajisu among the Yoruba, first fruit ceremonies across Bantu societies. These festivals emphasized collective survival, shared labor, moral responsibility, spiritual continuity. Kwanzaa mirrors these traditions by emphasizing community over individualism. In African philosophy, numbers are symbolic. The number 7 represents completeness, balance, moral wholeness. Each of Kwanzaa's 7 days is dedicated to a guiding ethical principle, the Nguzo Saba. These principles are not theoretical ideas. They are instructions for living unity in African thought, is spiritual, social, and economic. Umoja teaches family stability, communal responsibility, respect for elders, harmony among generations. Without unity, African societies collapse. Historically, Africans were named, defined, and spoken for by others. Kujichagulia demands cultural self-definition, psychological liberation, ownership of narrative. It is mental freedom. African societies survive through collective problem solving. Ujima says, a child belongs to the village. Hunger is everyone's problem. Healing is communal. This principle challenges modern isolation. Each symbol reinforces African worldview. Nkika, Mat's historical foundation. Kinera, ancestral continuity. Meshuma Saba, struggle, blood, hope. Mozao, reward of labor. Kikomcha Umoja, shared destiny. Zawadi, cultural responsibility. Nothing is decorative. Everything teaches. Common misconceptions about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is not a religion, anti-Christian, anti-Christmas, political extremism. It is cultural education. Many families celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year. Side by side. Today, Kwanzaa is celebrated in schools, museums, universities, community centers, homes worldwide. In an age of cultural confusion, individualism, economic inequality, Kwanzaa offers moral grounding, collective ethics, cultural pride. Kwanzaa reminds us that freedom is incomplete without culture. It teaches that a people without memory are vulnerable. A people without unity are weak. A people without purpose are lost. Kwanzaa is not about the past alone, it is about the future. If this documentary expanded your understanding, subscribe to Mama Ondo TV. Share this cultural knowledge. Comment which Kwanzaa principle speaks to you. Mama Ondo TV, preserving culture, restoring truth, educating generations.